What if I told you there's a billionaire who lets his employees leave work whenever they want just to catch the perfect wave? No clocking in, no guilt trips from managers, just pure freedom, and somehow his company is one of the most successful in the world. Chenard never wanted to be a businessman. He was a climber, forging his gear just to fund his next adventure. But his homemade equipment was so good that other climbers wanted it too. That side hustle eventually turned into Patagonia, a global empire built on quality, ethics, and an unshakable love for nature. And in the ultimate plot twist, he gave the whole thing away. This is the story of Patagonia and Yvon Chouinard, the dirtbag who accidentally became a billionaire and rewrote the rules of business. Yvon Chouinard didn't set out to be a businessman. In fact, he actively avoided it. Born in 1938, Chouinard wasn't just a climber. He was a surfer, a vagabond, and someone who built his life around chasing the next big adventure. He lived out of his van, ate canned food, and made just enough money to keep going. A desk job? Not a chance. No, not for Yvon. But when he started forging his own climbing gear, everything changed. His homemade pitons were stronger and more durable, and soon every climber wanted them. What started out as a small, impromptu operation quickly turned into Chouinard Equipment, a business that would grow to be a leader in the climbing gear industry and would later evolve into Black Diamond Equipment. If you want to hear about this crazy story of bankruptcy, lawsuits, and success, make sure to check out How Black Diamond Changed Climbing Forever. Chouinard Equipment was Yvon's first taste of entrepreneurship, one that was born from necessity and a love for the outdoors. But business for him was never about making money. It was about creating products that worked well and served a purpose. He wasn't interested in mass producing just to make a profit. For Chouinard, quality came first. While making climbing gear, he realized climbers also needed clothing that could withstand the harsh conditions. During a trip to Scotland in 1970, he purchased a rugby jersey which had durable fabric and a reinforced collar that made it ideal for climbing, as it prevented hardware slings from chafing the neck and rarely got holes in it. Recognizing its potential, he imported a bunch of rugby jerseys and they quickly sold out, highlighting a demand for a robust outdoor apparel. As the company expanded its clothing line, the need for a distinct name became clear. At first, keeping the Chouinard name seemed like the obvious choice. It already carried a strong reputation, but there were two major concerns. First, Chouinard was known for his high-quality climbing tools, and branching into apparel under the same name risked diluting the image. Second, they didn't want their clothing to be seen as just for climbers. The vision was bigger than that. Yvon wanted his clothing to appeal to everyone. That's when the name Patagonia emerged. The name was chosen to evoke romantic visions of glaciers tumbling into fjords, jagged windswept peaks, and condors, reflecting the adventurous spirit of the South American region that also carries its name. Most importantly, it was a name that sparked curiosity and could be spoken in any language. It was the perfect fit for what would become the world's largest outdoor clothing brand. Yvon wasn't interested in being just another corporate giant. Patagonia's headquarters wasn't a sterile office space. It was a creative playground for outdoor lovers. The dress code? Whatever you'd wear to climb a mountain or take a hike after work. Employees sported fleece jackets, hiking boots, and lived in the spirit of adventure. But the real game changer came when Yvon started to think about the kind of company culture he wanted to build. He understood that people are at their best when they're passionate about what they do, and that passion doesn't always fit inside of an office or behind a desk. At the time, this kind of thinking was almost unheard of in corporate America. The business world revolved around rigid schedules, strict hierarchies, and the belief that productivity only happened under fluorescent lights while wearing uncomfortable clothing. The idea that employees should have the freedom to chase waves, climb mountains, or spend time in nature went against everything traditional companies stood for. But Yvon saw work differently. He believed that if people were given the flexibility to live fully, they would bring the same energy and creativity back to their work. From then on, Patagonia built a culture about freedom. If the surf was good, employees ran to the beach. If someone needed time for an adventure, they took it. This wasn't just a perk, it was part of the company's DNA. While other businesses fought for control over workers' time, Patagonia was proving that trust, autonomy, and a deep connection to the outdoors could fuel success in a way no corporate handbook ever could. Patagonia's success wasn't just about great products, it was about allowing people to be themselves, to pursue what they loved outside of work, and bring that into their everyday. When it comes to things you can carry every day, durability and function matter just as much, especially for your wallet. Most wallets are outdated, bulky, and fall apart way too soon. They stretch out, lose their shape, and make it a hassle to access your cards when you need them. Not to mention, they're not exactly secure against modern threats like RFID skimming. That's why I'm happy to tell you about Extra Wallets. Extra makes smart, minimalist wallets designed for speed, security, and style. Their wallets are built with premium materials, feature quick card access, and come with RFID blocking technology to keep your information safe. life. With the push of a button, your most used cards pop up instantly, so you're never fumbling around at checkout. They're made with space-grade aluminum, carbon fiber, or premium leather, so they last way longer than your average wallet. And if you tend to misplace things, you can even track your wallet with Exter's solar-powered tracker card. So scroll down, click the link below, and upgrade to the smarter wallet today with Exter. In 2005, Avon put his perspective on paper in a book titled Let My People Go Surfing, where he laid out the philosophy of Patagonia's culture and, more importantly, the unconventional work environment he so strongly believed in. And one of the most famous rules in this book was the surf rule. If the surf's good, just go. No need to ask, no need to clock out, just grab your board and go. Why would Avon do this? Why would he tell his employees not to work? Quite simply, he believed that work should fit around life, not the other way around. If someone on the team had the opportunity to catch the perfect wave, they didn't have to worry about what their boss thought. They could simply leave work and enjoy life. Patagonia's culture allowed this freedom because Avon knew that passionate, happy people work harder, smarter, and more creatively when they are allowed to pursue their passions. It was radical at the time, but despite what everyone said, it worked. Patagonia's success skyrocketed in the years after the book was published, and that's because the company had something no other business had, which was trust. The trust that employees would be motivated by the work they were doing, not by rigid schedules or micromanagement. Patagonia's work culture wasn't just about giving employees time off for surfing. It was about supporting a life where work and passion could coexist harmoniously, allowing the passion to trickle into their work. And it was this philosophy that laid the foundation for the success of Patagonia, both financially and ethically. But Avon's approach to business wasn't just about creating a fun, laid-back company culture. It was also about redefining what a business could be. Most CEOs obsess over profit margins, growth, and making shareholders happy. Instead of chasing corporate goals, he just wanted to make great products, keep his employees happy, and protect the planet. From the very beginning, Patagonia was committed to doing good. In 1985, they pledged to donate 1% of their sales to environmental causes. And they didn't just do this as an afterthought. They encouraged customers to repair their clothes instead of buying new ones. The idea was simple: buy less, live better. By expanding the life of their products, Patagonia was actively reducing waste and minimizing the environmental impact of discarded clothing. Fewer clothes in landfills meant less pollution, lower demand for raw materials, and a step toward a more sustainable future. In 2011, Avon and his team took it a step further by running a controversial ad that said, "Don't buy this jacket." The campaign wasn't meant to hurt sales. It was designed to challenge consumers to pause and think before buying into the culture of mindless consumption. It was a call to action to slow down, consider the environmental impact of each purchase, the raw materials that go into them, and consider sustainability over profit. Patagonia was making it clear their main goal wasn't just money. They wanted to create gear that was built to last so that customers wouldn't have to keep replacing it. Ironically, this commitment to durability and sustainability didn't hurt their bottom line. It strengthened it by earning trust and loyalty. The ad was a huge success and drew the attention of consumers everywhere. In doing so, Patagonia became the anti-consumer company, the one that said it wasn't just about making money, it was about making a positive difference in the world. And Avon's message was loud and clear. If you want to make a real impact, you have to be willing to make sacrifices, even if it goes against the grain of traditional business wisdom. But perhaps the boldest move Avon ever made came in 2022 when he gave away Patagonia. Not to the shareholders, not to a private investor, Avon transferred Patagonia's ownership to a trust that ensures every dollar of profit goes towards fighting climate change. The trust is called the Holdfast Collective. This was a radical idea in business, a billion-dollar company completely dedicated to saving the planet. It was an act of pure generosity, and it's a legacy that no one saw coming. But can people really be shocked that the guy who sold climbing gear out of his car just so he could spend more time surfing than working decided to do this? Avon's decision was radical because in this world, most people often prioritize wealth accumulation above all else. Patagonia was doing something that no one else dared to do, putting their ideals before profits. And this decision wasn't just a moment in time, it's a lasting commitment that will influence generations for as long as Patagonia exists. Before there was Patagonia, there was Chouinard Equipment, the company Avon built long before he turned his attention to outdoor clothing. Chouinard Equipment revolutionized climbing, creating safer and more efficient gear for climbers everywhere. It was one of the first companies to take climbing seriously, not just as a sport, but as a craft, helping make it safer and more accessible to everyone. However, legal troubles forced the company to file for bankruptcy in 1989. From its ashes, Black Diamond Equipment was born, carrying forward Avon's legacy of innovation. Even after he moved on, Black Diamond continued to push the boundaries of climbing gear, producing high-end equipment that helped climbers reach new heights. Patagonia and Black Diamond equipment are forever linked in the history of outdoor recreation, and they both share one key thing in common: a deep respect for nature and a commitment to preserving it. While the companies have taken different turns over the decades, it's clear that the values Avon instilled in them and in the people who built them are still present today. In the book, Let My People Go Surfing, Avon details how Black Diamond and Patagonia were never about just making great products. They were about using business as a force for good. He applied this same philosophy to both companies, emphasizing the importance of designing products that were durable, sustainable, and could withstand the test of time. If you'd like to get a copy of the book, use our affiliate link in the description below. It won't cost you anything, but it will help out our channel. Yvon Chouinard was never supposed to be a businessman. He was just a guy who loved climbing, surfing, and spending time outdoors. But by rejecting traditional business practices, he built the framework for one of the most respected brands on earth. A brand that is commonly known worldwide today to be a protector of the environment and a model for how they treat their employees. For Yvon, success wasn't measured in dollars, but by impact. Every decision he made, whether in gear design, business practices, or environmental activism, came from a deeper purpose. Profit was never the goal. Doing the right thing was. And in the process, he created a company that's done more for the planet than most of the world's largest corporations combined. If you still want to learn more about Yvon, make sure to check out How Black Diamond Changed Climbing Forever. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support our content and get some awesome gear, check out shopoutdoororigins.com. You can find the link in the pinned comment below. And remember, buying our gear allows us to expand the channel and create even more high-quality content. Someday you could see gear reviews, intense adventures, and long-form documentaries. Again, scroll down and click the pinned comment below and check out shopoutdoororigins.com. While you're still here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for being a part of this community, and we'll see you in the next one.